Welcome to a brand new episode of the Post Game. I'm your host, Davion, and today we are back talking some NFL. It has been a while. We are now going into week 13. 13?
Week 14.
Week 14 now. We tried to keep it every 4 weeks, but that did not happen with the holidays and all that stuff. But regardless, we are back with another NFL update and talking about some of our favorite teams, talking about how some of these teams around the NFL and giving our predictions for what the Super Bowl could look like because no one knows at this point. So I am joined by Oronde
Was good.
and Matt,
Uh,
the OGs, and let's get to work. So let's look at the NFL. Like first off, it's been a little while since we've been gone. What are we thinking? Like, how are we feeling? Where's y'all's heads at?
The AFC North sucks.
the AFC North sucks.
The AFC North sucks.
Fair.
Our previous picks for contenders are terrible.
Yeah.
And
Whoa,
some
whoa,
teams
whoa, whoa, whoa. My pick is one of the best teams in the AFC. Show some decorum.
Yeah,
let
you
me
said the
rephrase that.
Broncos were going to be
Most
better, but
most of our choices for
Thank you.
contenders are terrible. And lastly, um, it is still wide open. It is not,
yeah,
the picture has not gotten any clearer.
Nope.
I was literally going to say this is the most confusing season because there's, like I was saying earlier, there's like 20 teams that I could easily see making the Super Bowl this year, and I have no idea what's going to happen these next couple weeks because it's so like I think I saw a stat like division like there's like five or six of the divisions that are literally like 0 games or half a game back from each other. Like that's how competitive it is this year. And I think that's really good for the NFL in general, but it's like those last like 3 to 4 games for some of these teams are going to be
Yeah.
really important, very important.
Yeah, that's
All
gonna
they
be
do
my
is make our
question.
lives harder.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was gonna be my question to y'all. Like, do we like this level of competition, or do we
I
want it
I
to
Course.
like I love
be?
this level of parody, but it's just being in this analyst and coverage game, boy, does it make it tough.
Hey, what is that? What do they say? I hate being in the prediction business. I really,
Yeah.
Being in
I hate
prediction
it.
business, ain't that the truth?
Like I stay out of it as much as possible. But we all know how it gets. So so let's talk about some different teams around the league. Let's start off looking at around. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm feeling froggy. Let's jump to the Patriots. You got your Patriots jersey on. Drake May is our boy. What
Local
like
hero.
what's so
Crazy,
fun? Like
bro.
we sat here and said, Oronde, you're on drugs. You don't know what you're talking about. The Patriots were not going to win out pretty much or win
We
the
said
next.
they weren't going to get more than 10 wins
We said
or
they were
something
going to
like
get
that.
more than 10 wins. The Patriots now sit at 11-2 and are on fire.
We are on a
So,
Yes.
10-game win streak. They have
what
exceeded my
like
expectations.
what? What happened?
What happened? I will break it down for y'all in a probably very biased way.
Here it comes.
So we're gonna start off on special teams. That man, Marcus Jones, he
Yeah,
has
he's been
earned
great.
his
Yeah.
money. He is now he with his touchdown return against the Giants last night. He is now eligible for the number one spot in average return yards
Huh.
at I think just now we're 15.2 or something like that a return. He has earned his money. Now he is getting bullied by bigger receivers, aka that Drake London game. Boy,
Yeah.
they were harassing him. But that special teams unit forcing another fumble after absolutely murdering Gunnar Olszewski last night
That
as
was
well.
scary. Good Lord.
That was real unfortunate as a runner, but that special teams getting literally 20 yards a return and causing turnovers and takeaways on plus territory. It is just an amazing place for our offense, which Drake May is the most accurate passer in the league. He hasn't even cracked 300 yards this season. I do not believe.
Wow.
Yet he is absolutely dealing.
Yeah.
He is averaging 8.8 yards a throw, 260 yards a game on 71.5% completions. 23 touchdowns with 6 interceptions on the season. which is not the most explosive, but that's all you need from this team because they hold the ball and it can run it with Stevenson and Henderson. Stevenson returning off a foot injury and absolutely bruising the Giants line and secondary, with Henderson getting explosive capabilities, averaging 4.8 yards a carry. Then we move on to the defense. Number 8 in rushing, number 2 in passing defense. They are locked in. Bend, don't break. You may give up maybe a touchdown or two on some lucky plays and a good drive. Other than that, you are locked down. And that combination of speed and absolutely crushing brutal hits, it is going to wear a team down, and they are capitalizing off of that and bringing that momentum into their 10-point win streak. Now, I will have to admit, we are not running away with games outside of a few, like bad competition. We may be playing down a competition at that because we should not have been that close to the Bengals game. Should not have been that close. Who am I thinking of? Atlanta, dude. Well, that's just Drake London. It wasn't even Bijan. We held Bijan to under 70 yards rushing. My God, Drake London can catch a ball.
That game pissed me off. That game pissed me off.
But we are closing games. That's really all that matters. Finishing with the W is what we do and what we will continue to do. Our closing schedule 4 games. We host the Bills. We already beat them at home. We host the Ravens, or we travel to Baltimore, which should be a tougher game, but considering how they've been playing lately, I'm a little bit more open to getting another win.
Whoa.
Then, yeah.
Against who?
The Ravens.
I think they've been playing better.
No, they haven't.
I
mean, they have.
They're on like a 6-game win streak.
They just lost to the Bengals.
Oh, yeah, they just lost to the Bengals, but.
Well, they lost to Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow's back. Let's show some respect here, all right?
Okay, let me finish though.
All right.
Then we go to the Meadowlands and the Jets are the Jets, and then we host the Dolphins to close out the season.
I mean, Jets are winning football games. Dolphins just beat the Saints.
Dolphins have a pretty much easier schedule, I'll say. But, yep, we'll see how that goes.
I'm more inclined to believe that maybe the Bills or Ravens game is one loss, the rest are wins.
I'm just being a hater because I can't see the Patriots having a dynasty again.
I think you lose at least 2.
At least 2. It's again. We had controlled our expectations, and they have just blown that out of the water. So
yeah. I mean, I guess let us continue to doubt your team, and you continue to win football games. I mean, that's just what the harsh reality of what this needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, and we might even get Diggs to 1,000-yard receiving season.
He better.
He's at 700.
Drake May, wheeling and dealing. So, Matt, let's just jump straight to the ship, man. Forget it. Let's just do it. Like the Carolina Panthers, inconsistent Bill, but outstanding these past couple weeks on and off. Like Bryce Young, to me, is doing an exceptional job. He did this past weekend against a red-hot Rams team who were 9-1 going into Carolina. What are we seeing from this Carolina Panthers team that is completely changing the trajectory of what that team is? And another question is, can they make the playoffs?
Yeah. Obviously, they are exceeding my expectations for sure. But it's the biggest thing. They are a run-heavy team. They're a run-first team. Bryce has been great in moments. Like I said, like you said, this is like the weirdest team I've ever watched because they go out, they beat Green Bay and Lambeau, then they lose to the Saints. Mm-hmm. Then they go and kill Atlanta and Bryce has 450 yards. And then they look miserable in San Francisco, which they should have won, by the way. And then they go and beat the Rams, which doesn't make sense to me. So I think it's overall a team effort. I think, yes, Bryce has played better, and he has shown that he is a starting quarterback and capable to compete in this league. But also the defense has been very, very good compared to what they were last year. I mean, J.C. Horn, a great example against the Rams. You had no J.C. Horn, no Trayvon Merrick. You had all these other injuries on defense. Mike Jackson goes out there and gets a pick six. Then you get Nick Scott or Derek Brown tipping the ball right to Nick Scott. And then that final third down of the game where Derek Brown just comes in and strips the ball from Stafford to get the turnover.
Yes.
I mean,
that was awesome.
Pretty incredible.
Absolutely electric.
This is but this is the thing. Like I've said, they're not consistent, but they have a bye this week. They play the Saints coming off the bye. This is where you need to start being consistent if you want to make the playoffs. You're still a half game back from the Bucks. So, their next, I think, 4 games are the Saints, Bucks twice, and Seahawks.
Yes.
They're not easy.
They travel to New Orleans, host Bucks, host Seahawks, and then travel to Tampa.
Right. So you have to at least beat the Bucks once.
Yeah.
Twice is perfect.
Yep.
You have to beat the Saints also. Seahawks, you can get away with that.
Sure.
But at least 2.
The conference games are the most important.
Yeah, exactly.
At this time.
Well,
they stacked it at the end.
I mean, you think about the Panthers right now, the only way they make the playoffs is if they win a division.
Exactly.
Because you look at the Rams, so Rams will have 4 losses right now. The Panthers sit on 6. Like, there's no way you're going to make it in the wild card with the NFC North or NFC West being out.
The only way, if you don't win a division, you need the Niners
to lose,
or the Seahawks to lose out somehow, which I don't think is going to happen.
Yeah.
At the current moment, the current playoff picture as of right now for the wild card games, it's San Fran and Los Angeles, Green Bay and Philly, and Seattle and Tampa Bay.
Right. So Seattle and the Niners are the biggest ones. And I think the Niners play the Rams again, right? Towards the end of the
Niners and Rams?
Yeah.
I believe they do. Let me double check.
Because I know they have some tough matchups. All good. But
no, the Niners play the Seahawks to close out the season. They already played the Rams.
Okay, that's right. Yeah. They did. My fault.
They split with them.
But like I said, they have to win the division. Now, I could see a crazy scenario where, let's say they get 10 wins, but they miss the playoffs. I could really see that.
Who, y'all?
Yeah.
What are you at right now?
They're at 7.
They're 7-6.
No, yes, I agree.
And it's going to come down to the tiebreakers because there's so many factors, but let's say the Bucks, I think they have the Saints and the Falcons again. So let's say they win those 2 and then they split with the Panthers. That's probably going to get them in. Now, with Carolina, it's kind of the other way around. It's basically the same thing. You have to beat the Saints and you have to at least beat the Bucks once. Twice, I think they have it.
Yeah.
And the worst part for the NFC South is that the West division is hogging.
So good.
It's hogging all of the spots. They have 3 in their division alone.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. And I don't know. I would like to say with Bryce, he has been good. Obviously, I'm at this point, he's not going to be a Josh Allen or a Joe Burrow.
No.
I think he can be a very, very good game manager, and he's been doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't turn the ball over, and everything goes right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, back to the Rams game. They go for it on 4th down 3 times.
Yes.
2 of them are for touchdowns.
Insane, by the way. Insane. I love every minute of that.
That is something you wouldn't see. And credit to Canales, too, because he's got the balls to go out and do that. But, I don't know. It's just inconsistency. Now, they're a young team and all that. I get it. But, if you can win this division this year, I don't think they're going to make a huge run if they did get to the playoffs.
No.
But, this can build for something bigger if they can make it. Or not. I mean, still, they need to keep being productive and just win games. That's
I agree.
It.
I mean, I'm in love with what the Panthers are doing right now. My Saints suck. We are bad. We're supposed to be bad. We've been bad. There's no need to have me even sit here and have a comment about it.
Almost had y'all win that Miami game too.
Bruh, kill me now. thankfully we did not win that game, and we commanded our loss. So we got to keep doing that. So, but I'm not going to sit here and dwell on the Saints. It's not really in my mood to do at all. There's no point really us talking about the Saints. They are bad at football, and Michael Loomis is going to be back next year. So, I mean, there's not really much of anything that's going to change. But I do want to talk about is that some other teams around the league. So like what teams are we enjoying? Obviously we talked about the Broncos. I'm enjoying a lot. I'm enjoying the Rams. I'm enjoying the Seahawks. What are we feeling right now?
You know, I do want to mention the fall of the Eagles.
Oh, yes.
I do
Yes.
want to mention
And it's not even like a fall
Eagles.
because they're still a good
They're
team.
free falling.
It's a good team, but there is a slide and it is getting steeper as the season continues.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there have been people that called this right after your Super Bowl win, i.e. Davion. Davion was on this. But when we talked earlier in the season, we mentioned Jalen Hurts' inability to read the field. It is getting worse. It's not even getting any better. And to have your passing game flounder all tied in with Saquon's inability to run the ball anymore.
Yeah.
They're sitting 23rd in passing yards, 22nd in rushing yards a game, and 19th in points a game as well.
And they have 8 wins.
And they have 8 wins. They have 8 wins.
Here's, the question I was going to come up, and y'all know I was going to come and ask it. Who's at fault here?
It has to be Jalen Hurts.
The people streets say they want to be their OC, their play calling. But
there's a couple, yeah.
Also, screw y'all Philly fans for going to egg his house. That's just so disrespectful. Did you see that? They
Whose
went
house got egged?
Bro, like Philly fans went to the OC's house and were like egging his house.
It's not even his fault. It's Jalen Hurts and his pretty boy.
Jalen Hurts sucks. He sucks.
Stop with your bit. I can't say that. Stop with these quotes and play football.
Yeah,
if
I don't know.
Played as good as your quotes are, maybe we'd be somewhere again.
Yeah, I don't know about egging a house. That's kind of criminal. That ain't right.
Like going and disturbing his family, bro.
So what
football is ridiculous.
So to me,
and one more thing. The most annoying thing about this, they have a cupcake walk the rest of their season.
Yes, bro.
They have the Chargers, the Raiders, and the Commanders.
Chargers isn't cupcake. That could be interesting.
Are the Chargers back? Because they've been floundering the last 2 games.
But
I'm with Oronde on this.
I don't. That's the problem. Their O-line is really bad. But like everything else is good. Now,
I mean, at least it's a home game. They're only 3-point dogs to the Eagles at home, but that I'm not. I do not have faith in LA. They played the Raiders, the Commanders twice, and the Bills. They traveled to New York for that Bills game.
They could they could lose that game.
What the scenario I want, which I know is improbable, highly improbable. I want Dallas to steal that last playoff spot from the Eagles.
No way.
Oh,
no
chill
way.
out, chill. When you start
I know
the Cowboys, you gotta calm down.
It's unpopular. I'd rather the Eagles miss the playoffs than Dallas miss the playoffs this year.
That would be pretty funny though.
I'd back that.
I'm all for the city of Philly burning for the Eagles losing this. Okay.
So again,
that's where I'm at because I dislike Jalen Hurts that much.
It goes back to my question: who is at fault here?
I blame Hurts.
I blame Hurts. I blame Sirianni.
Bingo. That's the one I blame. Bingo, right there. I think Nick Sirianni is the problem here.
Now, because this is the other thing with the whole OC situation. They've had a new OC every year since Jalen Hurts has been a starter. So that can't be an excuse anymore. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are you obviously, coaching is not the best. But people need to literally sitting down and watching Jalen Hurts is like watching paint dry. It is so hard to watch. Like he when he has to pass the ball, he literally looks like a whole different player. Yeah. It is crazy.
But I I mean, the issue though, I mean, you look at it, Sirianni's done nothing but back up his OC, which, okay, fair, fine, do you. But like Sirianni, he isn't an offensive coach, he isn't a defensive coach. He's literally a game managing coach who does nothing on the sideline
He
but make
gets
sure.
gifted a platter of an
Yep.
incredible roster,
And my thing is,
and he can barely do anything with it
and my point with that
sometimes.
is that you have one of the best rosters in the NFL right now, and yet your team has lost in the last 2 out of 3 weeks, I think it is, right? And
They
they
Yep.
lost
haven't
to
looked
yep,
good. They have not looked like a good football team.
The best team
correct.
in one of they that brings me to this. Bear down. The
Oh,
Bears.
there it is.
Bears have been a lot
The
better.
Bears.
I'll
They're
admit,
winning games with a
in the weirdest
suboptimal
ways.
passing offense.
It's because see,
The scheme, they're
this
actually using DeAndre Swift correctly, which the Eagles couldn't even do.
Yeah.
yeah, they have a really good run game. Him and Monungai have been really good.
Wow.
Menungai top
Caleb
rocking in there.
Caleb has
In the end
been
zone.
good enough. He isn't turning the ball over, which is
Yeah.
great, but he has his moments where he looks like an idiot out there.
Yeah.
And that's just true. But they're winning.
Mhm.
So it doesn't matter. Now, it'll be interesting these next couple weeks. So they have some pretty tough games. I believe they play Green Bay next week. And then I think they play Detroit again. Um, so like we'll see what happens if that number one spot's still theirs or not. But I don't know.
So for the Bears to close out the season and uh, looking at the rest of their schedule, yes, travel to Lambeau, then they host the
Big game.
Browns, host the Packers, travel to San Fran on was that Monday Night Football,
Yep. So 3 games right there.
and then
Browns, who
Lions to
knows?
close out the season.
Those are tough. Those are
They have a hard stretch, but a very winnable stretch. Very winnable stretch.
yeah, that's fair.
I mean, but let's be real. The Bears don't need to go. What are they right now?
They're
They're
nine and
9 and
three.
3.
They don't need to go. They could lose 2 more games, I think.
Yeah, but that's it.
Yeah,
Because
they
They
can't
can
win.
they can
Yeah.
only lose 2 more because right
because
now they are the number one seed.
if the Lions and Green Bay start getting stacking those wins up here, then it gets really, really interesting.
Okay. So I don't know this off the top of my head. So what happens if Detroit wins, let's say 3 games to end the season 10 and whatever?
Let's look.
Because they have the Cowboys, they travel to LA, they host the Steelers, Vikings, Bears. That's 3 wins. That might be 3 wins right there.
It depends on who has beaten who in the division, I
Yeah,
believe, right?
it's completely dependent upon divisional like matchups. So it would I would rather
Man,
not
if the
lose my
Packers and
mind.
Dallas
So
didn't tie, this would make this a lot
so
easier.
here we go. So
That is also
the Bears are 1-2 against divisions so far. Packers are 3-0. Lions are 1-3.
Mm. And
That's where it gets tough.
And Packers are still the 6th seed because of the
The
Bears.
Yeah, and the Packers are only half a game back.
So y'all talked about the Packers. I want to talk about the Packers real quick because you brought them up, and I was gonna wait until y'all are done, but I want to talk about the Packers real quick. Jordan Love has not been a good quarterback this year, and I think it's time for us to have a conversation about it. He has not been,
great.
He has
but he's
been
still
he has
winning
been inconsistent.
games.
Well,
bro.
last week was
But
definitely his best game of the season. I'll say
what
that.
there was a game, I don't remember. It might have been against the Panthers or
It
whoever.
was. It
But
was.
was it the Panthers where he stunk it up?
He
Like,
threw. He
looked
threw.
god
It was
awful.
like one pick. He should have thrown 2
He
picks.
should have
He
thrown
was
like
Mike
26.
26. He was 26 to 37 an interception and 273 yards passing.
He
And
looked
they only scored
horrible.
13 points that entire game. So this is the whole Jordan Love thing. This is where I see.
Dare I say Jordan Love's a better Bryce Young?
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
If the
I agree.
if the run game isn't working, if
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs isn't doing well, this is what you get.
Yeah.
Now, this is for a lot of teams, I think, right now, because I feel like a lot of teams are super run heavy. That's why you don't see like, we just hit someone with 4,000 passing yards,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like teams aren't airing it out
Out of
as much as they
Teams are
were.
starting to go back to the way that football
so
was 10 years ago
Right.
when the run game was so important and so heavy. And now it's
so
back.
out of the rushing attacks, your top five rushing yards a game are the Bills, Bears, Commanders, Lions, and
Yeah.
Ravens.
Right.
Passing teams, though, because there's two of these teams that can sustain winning games without running: Dallas, Kansas
Yep.
City, New
Yep.
England, Rams, and Niners.
Yeah.
Which New England we can win without a rushing attack, but
Right.
we're complementary
Dallas,
with play action. Dallas is
Dallas
dependent on the
on
rushing
it.
attack. Kansas City can win without it, but they haven't been anyways because Mahomes is actually a real quarterback for once. The Rams,
The Rams have been great,
they're pass
but
heavy. They're pass heavy,
they're very pass heavy. And the
and
other
the
thing with the
Niners
Rams
are
too,
dependent.
right? The other thing with the Rams too, they have a great rushing attack also, but it's
Yeah.
like they haven't. This was honestly the first game where they had to play being down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like
True.
they have just been killing all these other teams,
I
and they
do
haven't truly seen what it's like to not have a lead,
I do
and they've
think
just
it's
been
important to
playing
mention
so
the turnover differential. The Bears are insane at plus 17,
Yeah,
and
they've
then
been very good.
three teams tied for second: Houston, Rams, and Tampa at 9.
Hmm. Yep.
Pittsburgh runs at the top 5.
This is what's annoying
That's
too.
oh
That
my
that
god.
Packers Cowboys game with the tie is going to screw so many things up
Yeah.
in the NFC.
Packers also give up fourth most yards a game at 284,
Right.
and
Good
yet they're
Lord.
8-3-1. This league doesn't make any sense.
There's
It
so many.
doesn't.
There's so many things going
There's so many
wrong.
contradictions.
So, I mean, about 2 more minutes. What are we thinking? Anything else y'all want to round out before we jump into something else?
Denver's leading the league in sacks.
They're good. Very, very good.
Nick Benito is having an insane year.
Their secondary is insane.
I think we need to pay closer attention to the AFC South these next couple weeks.
Yeah.
Very much in
The Jaguars,
oh, man.
Colts, both sitting at 8-4, and the
Yep.
Texans are 7-5.
Yep.
the Texans.
They
Stroud
they
coming
came back. They're
Huge.
rejuvenated right now. They started off
Huge.
horribly.
They give up the most yards a game though, but also second in the league in turnover differential.
Started off looking like Garbaggio.
Yep.
And the Texans, I do real quick, their schedule is not fun. Well, fun
Chiefs,
and
I
not
think,
fun.
are their next opponent.
Travel to Kansas for a primetime game. Host Cardinals, host Raiders, travel to LA for the Chargers, and then
Well,
host
that's
the
pretty
Colts to
easy.
close out the year.
That's honestly pretty easy.
Yeah. Hmm.
So,
Anyway,
They also give up the least amount of points a game in the league.
well, looking forward to it. Looking forward to the rest of the season. We will hopefully be back either right toward before the playoffs, the final week before the playoffs kick off.
mhm.
Or we'll be back the week of the playoffs. So let us know what you think down in the comments. We're going to try to be a little bit more active, especially with off-season stuff starts to come out and stuff. But let us know what you think down in the comments. Matt, Oronde, thank y'all for joining. I've been your host, Davion. This has been the post game. Peace.
Peace.